Breaker, breaker into the black. This is Long Hole Preacher, and I ain't going back. I'm a Long Hole Preacher, and I'm just passing through with a few words of wisdom while we're taking in the view. Howdy folks, Long Haul Preacher back at you with another look at the upcoming 3.0 and beyond. Red Gamer asked, where are you getting mining from? It's not on the schedule. And I noticed that several of my fellow podcasters have gone into great detail as to what they believe 3.0 and beyond schedule is saying. What I'm not going to do is necessarily agree with them, because we are all looking at the development schedule as it is being given to us by the guys who are using it like a tool. And they've obviously changed quite a bit of how they themselves are viewing the development process, taking the overarching careers that were previously on the schedule and breaking them down into components, toolboxes they can use for other things, as well as the careers they are intended for. So I wanted to go through what is expected at this point for 2017 month by month, and show you guys what I think, in my opinion, on what this means for the game and as we go family fun night by the end of the year. 3.0. We are currently in April, with 3.0 slated for the end of June. With the new Amazon system, they could, if they wanted to, update pretty regularly with new material in components rather than one huge patch at a time, as we have been used to, but I don't think that is what is going to happen, at least not yet, because the modularity they are using in development will not be in place in the development process until 3.0. At least that is the way it is currently appearing. For that, you look at the green bars on this gigantic map. But again, this is a lot of technical stuff that we don't want or need to go into. There are two clues, however, that point to mining for 3.0. The first is the release of the MISC Prospector, slated for around May 5th. Again, let me remind you that 3.0 at a whole is not expected until June 29th earliest. There was also what the development team said about mining being pushed forward because of planetary tech development. That is slated for May 31st. So, my speculation is that this will invite the use of the Prospector for mining starting in June or latest when 3.0 comes out. One of my fellow podcasters also mentioned mining as it refers to refining of fuel from hydrogen pockets of gas. Of a gas giant with the Starfarer. Gas giant tech, just like planetary tech, is also slated on the schedule, but in this case for work starting in October 31st through December 21st, just in time for Christmas. So our Christmas present may be getting to fly into a gas giant and collecting fuel. I don't know about you, but I can deal with that. I think it'll be kind of fun. So, what is it we can take away from all this? That to really see what all we will be able to do career-wise, we need to look behind the technobabble into what it really all means, what they are trying to accomplish with each toolbox. So let's start with June and 3.0. By the end of June, they want to have several points of potential trade opening up. 3 moons, Yela, Kellen, and Daymar. The outposts on them as well. Delmar will have a landing zone, Levski, slated for June 1st. Again, 3.0 coming out in around June 29th. Scavenging from derelict ships and debris fields is also expected on these moons, especially since they are adding cargo handling with 3.0, including pickup and carry. This is also shown in the use of the commodities toolbox, creating items that are tradable. Items 2.0, including converting all currently available ships, will greatly add to the game with repair and new systems. Systems to be added include operator seats, a functioning radar system which might or might not include scanning, and refueling. Speaking of moons, they also threw out the word exploration with regards to derelict ships, points of interest, and exploration. Let's not forget that another ship is coming out, the RSI Constellation Aquila, the exploration craft by RSI with all of the scanning equipment aboard. Again, this may be a coincidence, but I don't think so. I think this is the first iteration of using scanning for exploration. 3.1. As things wind down for 3.0, we start towards 3.1. The closest clue we have as to the release date is one of the ships listed finishing up around September. Keep in mind also, however, that the graphic is a bunch of overlapping lines, even heading into October and as late as December. Here you might notice a difference between what is on the graphic and what is being listed, so let me point out the clues as to what is coming. They intend to start adding truck stops and will revamp ArcCorp. This goes along with the new airlock and room systems, and if you're into the hands-on ship repair and item degradation, fuel also becomes an item. Someone might say, but they never mention ore as an item. So, well, yes, but they also never mention exactly what items come out with 3.0 either. That should be a pretty long list. Fuel, on the other hand, is a different kind of item and comes in a few forms. There has been rumor that fuel could be refined into better or worse fuels for anything from speed and racing to economy and travel to just plain junk. Nothing like having sand in the fuel system, right? What we as family fun seekers will love is the addition of Spectrum, the new communication software, as well as organizational works. Here I'll make a quick plug for anyone wanting a family-friendly, focused organization. My family has created Ishiguro Exploration, a name subject to change as it has several times in the past year. Our primary corporate goal is exploration, but that doesn't mean that other careers can't be involved. Primarily, we use it as a platform for family-friendly play as well as role play. So check out ISHIX if that is what you are looking for. Though a few ships are not on the graphic, there is an expectation for the Misk Hull C hauler and the Drake Cutlass Red and Blue ambulance and police ships coming out with 3.1 as well. So look for them. 3.2. Some have already speculated that 3.2 is a bit of a stretch, and I don't blame them. It is a huge undertaking. They intend to add 3 planets. That's right, not moons, planets. Crusader, Hurston, and Microtech, greatly expanding the trading pattern for the system. Yet it currently appears that they are aiming for mid-December in time for Christmas. This also adds the word usable in the game interaction system, which may include food. After all, it does not say reusable. Reusable food. Well, that's an idea. This again would greatly enhance trading and economics to the game. Starfarer refuelers will now also be able to use ship-to-ship refueling as they finally get to that point, and they will be adding the ever so important security and access control, perhaps finally keeping people from taking ships that are not theirs right off the launch pads. Well, anyway, ships being released that you should take note of include the Misk Freelancer Max and the RSI Constellation Taurus, 2 haulers. Now, they're not as heavy-duty hauling as the Hull C, but you do have more weapons for defense, so there's a trade-off there. There is also the Misk Freelancer DUR for exploration and the RSI Constellation Phoenix for those people wanting a luxury yacht, basically. By this point, outside of trade goods, there are also going to be missions toolboxes being created, including patrol, defense, transport, and recovery. That should make for a pretty good collection of things a family can do together in the system. Well, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, of course, drop them onto YouTube or Patreon, and I'll get back to you. Also note that we do have a Facebook page, and you can also drop me a line on the longhaulpreacher.space website. That's not .com, .org. No, that's .space. It's cheap. hey, what can I say? Anything that requires extra special care, like this question, will be turned into a podcast, just like I did just now. Remember, we are still working up to the end of the 2017 race of YouTube subscribers versus Patreon patrons, with so far a maximum of 26 subscribers, more or less, fluctuating, on YouTube, with the aim still for 100, so we can get that special website address. No Patreon patrons. However, you can add yourself to that list for as little as $1 a month, and it would greatly help with the equipment costs as well as Freya's college fund. Oh, by the way, speaking of Freya, if you are graphically inclined, I'm looking for someone to draw a cartoon of a dragonfly, something closer to the Japanese animation and comics for kids. So it's sort of a short and stubby looking version to build Freya a glider rocker dragonfly. So let me know about that. I'm sure you'll love seeing the final product. That's all for this podcast. Be sure to like and share if you appreciate this take on the 3.0 schedule, and have a great time looking for more ways to add family fun to your 21st century family. Take care of y'all, and God bless.
Trust me. When have I ever steered you wrong? Look, if it came off the assembly line without scanners and drills, it would be a fly and a break. No maneuverability, no weapons for even defense, limited shield. Why else would they sell the blasted thing if it wasn't coming out fully charged and ready to make money? Yeah, you do that, Robin. I'll see you on the